everything. Is this correct here?
Yeah.
How much is this? 302?
Yeah.
Good. Same weight as 2 days ago.
This is the fourth session now for this kind of videotape. Exactly since 8 weeks on a diet. This means 56 days. This is the fourth session with Mitsuru in between of 6 days. Today is leg day. I'll train hamstrings and quads together. I trained already on Thursday legs. I trained this week already on Monday legs. So it's a third session of a leg workout this week. I'm pretty happy that nobody asked me the last couple of days how I'm feeling or how my diet is going, because my diet is always the same. My diet is just the same as it was a year ago, as it was 5 years ago, it was 10 years ago. I'm getting ready for, I think it's my 56th show, so I've been competing in over 45 pro shows. And people always ask me in the diet how I'm feeling. I feel always the same. I ask them mostly back, how was your diet, how was your breakfast 2 days ago? And then they say, oh, it was normal. So that's with my diet. My diet is just normal. And I feel normal. I'm not a psycho case or nut case to investigate all the time how I'm feeling every 15 or 20 minutes. I think a lot of people are just asking to be entertained. And sometimes I wish people don't know that I'm getting ready for a contest. Otherwise, they wouldn't ask me all these questions which are really not relevant, especially not right now. And by the way, what does it tell people if I tell them I feel so-and-so and I feel so-and-so? They can't improve my status. It's just a fact. I'm on a diet. I'm not angry or grouchy because I'm on a diet. I'm just a little bit, I would say, mentally more alert, physically more tired, but mentally more alert. And I'm here to train and to finish the workout. And afterwards I can whatever talk, but like I said, how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, it's not really relevant. Regarding the workout, which is coming up now, some people like to train hamstrings together with quads, like I'm doing it today. Some other like to separate it, but I made the best results by training front legs and real legs together. So let's see how my workout is going today. I think it will be just a normal workout, and my training is just normal, and my diet is normal, and everything is the same. You know which question I don't like either? Is a lot of people who are not too familiar with bodybuilding. Most people aren't. They ask me, so you're a bodybuilder? I said yes. And then they ask me, so are you working beside that? Do you have a job? But these people don't understand. To be on the level where I am right now, in the other top 15 in the world, you have to do it full professionally, and I'm a professional since 1990. And full professionally I do it since 94, since I actually moved to the United States. And since that time I'm actually living 5 years, since 5 years in San Diego. And over 2.5 years, almost 3 years, I've been on a diet. Because I dieted 12 weeks for the Arnold's Classic, 12 weeks for the Olympia, and 1 to 2 weeks for the European Tour. This means I'm 6 of 12 months on a diet. People ask me if I'm doing something besides that. What they don't realize is you have to be 24 hours a bodybuilder. You don't have a off-season. You speak about off-season, but in off-season you have still to train. It's not like in football, on baseball, where you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months off. It's quite differently. If you don't train a muscle for 96 hours or for 5 days, the muscle is shrinking, so you're forced to train all the time. And then people ask me if bodybuilding is a hard sport. I would say yes, because it's one of the few sports where you go hungry to a working place. Like right now, I'm on a diet, so I'm hungry and I train hungry. I leave the gym hungry. I go to bed hungry, and I do this, like I said before, 6 months. of 12 months, and you don't have too many professions where you go hungry to your working place. And then they ask me what I'm doing besides that. I can only say, if you don't, let's put it this way, I like to make it comprehensive. For example, to be there up in bodybuilding, you have to realize, for example, that you have 15 hairdressers, or the 15 best hairdresser have actually, or can actually only make a living. They prove every 6 months or every 12 months that they can belong to the 15 best in the world. If you can't prove it every 6 months or 12 months, you're just out. You can't go to the next show, because the next show there will be the same guys. So with one word, you have to be among the best 15, otherwise there is no future in the sport. And then the other thing is, they ask me if I'm running. I'm doing cardio in the gym, but I'm not a runner. I don't like to run 300 pounds on the freeway to get hit by a car, or to damage my joints, my wrists, my ankles, just to prove people that I'm a runner. I do cardio to shape my body, to lose body fat, but not to become a runner or a marathon runner. And like I said, a lot of people assume if you're not running, you're not really into sports. But these people should try how hard bodybuilding is. It's only hard on a pro level, it's also hard on an amateur level. But to keep yourself at the pro level for a couple of years or for almost a decade, it's very, very hard. So I would say bodybuilding is one of the hardest sports on the planet. I do superset hack squats with leg presses. It works very well for me to get more definition, more separation, more cuts in my front legs. A lot of people think, because I'm one of the biggest bodybuilders, competitive bodybuilders, I'm obsessed with size. It's nothing to do with obsession. It's just to try to bring the best possible package and to show size, symmetry, definition, proportion, combined with a good posing routine. Somebody goes to the gym first time, he doesn't say, I like to have a proportion body. He thinks or says he likes to put size on. Bodybuilding, it's a combination of all of them. I don't like to train the whole year, put size on, and sacrifice 50 pounds or 60 or 70. Only people who can't put more volumina on, they're saying, oh, these big size, these big mass monsters. The other strange thing with people is, the shorter they are, the smaller they are, the more they have the tendency to say that's symmetrical proportion. This is not true. Absolutely not. You can be big and still have the proportions. And I have them. I like to keep them. I like to develop them even more. Try to do here half reps. In my next leg workout session, I won't do the same exercises. I never do the same exercises. I will do lunges. I will do monster squats, the monster squat machine, and I will do also how's it called? Sissy squats to get more detail, especially in the upper thighs. And I stop doing squats exactly 3 weeks to the show. Otherwise, my legs are too big, too full. I like to have the cuts. That's the reason why I still continue doing squats. From 3 weeks on, stop them. And there won't be otherwise a big change. I always do different cardiovascular machines. After the stepper, I ride either the bike. If not, I will just stretch my legs, hamstrings, quads. Stretching is very, very important. Yesterday, the day before, when I trained back, I was supposed to stretch, but I was so much caught up with performing my routine, doing the exercises, I totally forgot about it. But besides that, should always stretch. Pre-contest, off-season, as amateur, as a pro, doesn't matter. Water is very healthy. Diet zinc is okay. Contains sodium. I don't care. Cut the sodium out 2 to 3 weeks to the show. So I like to have a little bit taste. The reason why I'm having this diet coke now, diet zinc, excuse me.